Stalemate in Ukraine, a long war with no end in sight. The war in Ukraine has dragged into its third year, with no clear resolution on the horizon. While Ukraine has largely defeated the Russian Navy, the land war appears to be slowly shifting in favor of Moscow. Is Russia's might growing? In February 2024, Russia captured the city of Divka, a major suburb of Donetsk, and has been steadily advancing ever since. The American aid package for Ukraine remains stalled in Congress, while Vladimir Putin secured a fifth term as Russia's president in March. With his political position solidified and his main opponent silenced, whispers circulate about a potential second round of mobilization in Russia, aiming to call up an additional 300,000 troops. Even without this, Russia's military has managed to attract new recruits with high salaries, with an estimated 30,000 joining the fight each month. Russia's troop presence on the front line has grown significantly. According to the Royal United Services Institute, Russia has increased its troop numbers from 360,000 in early 2023 to 470,000 in early 2024. Putin himself has openly stated plans to raise troop levels to 600,000, exceeding the U.S. troop presence in Vietnam at its peak. Russia has also transformed its economy into a wartime footing. Military spending has soared to a whopping 7.1% of GDP, with a significant portion allocated for the next 3 years. This massive spending increase puts Russia's military spending almost on par with Germany, France, and Italy combined, adjusted for purchasing power parity. As a result, Russia's military production is booming. They are on track to produce 1,500 tanks this year alone, outpacing the combined number they've lost in Ukraine and exceeding the total tank holdings of several European countries. What's new? Ukraine's struggle. Ukraine is facing acute shortages of ammunition and manpower. The average Ukrainian soldier on the front line is now 43 years old, reflecting the government's attempt to preserve its younger generation. This strategy has created a smaller draftable pool, with only around 300,000 experienced but weary Ukrainian soldiers facing off against potentially twice as many well-equipped Russians. To prepare for a potential summer offensive, Ukraine recently lowered the draft age to 25, opening up a pool of 400,000 additional men. What are Russia's potential objectives? While the ultimate objectives of Russia in Ukraine remain unclear, some patterns are emerging. Russia will likely seek to expand its territorial control in Ukraine, aiming to fully annex the 4 provinces they declared theirs in 2014. Additionally, regaining control of the major Ukrainian cities of Kharkiv and Odessa appears to be a priority, potentially leading to further annexation demands. A bleak future for Ukraine? With Russia's momentum and Ukraine's struggles, the summer of 2024 could prove decisive and potentially disastrous for Ukraine. Russia might attempt to force Ukraine into a harsh peace agreement, including neutrality, limitations on military size, and a ban on foreign-made weapons. Even if such a peace deal were reached, there is no guarantee Russia wouldn't seek to further invade or incorporate the rest of Ukraine in the future. Here are Russia's expansionist ambitions. Putin's ambitions likely extend beyond Ukraine. Moldova, a vulnerable nation with a small population and a pro-Russian breakaway region, Transnistria, could be the next target. The leaked strategy paper detailing Russia's plan to absorb Belarus by 2030 further reinforces concerns about Russia's expansionist aims. A successful absorption of Belarus would significantly increase Russia's military presence, manpower, and industrial potential. A reshaped Eastern Europe? By the late 2020s, Russia could potentially control much of eastern Ukraine, a puppet Ukrainian state, a fully annexed Transnistria, and possibly Moldova, and a fully absorbed Belarus. This would leave Ukraine encircled by Russian-controlled territory and significantly increase the population under the Kremlin's control. Russia would emerge from this conflict with the most battle-hardened army globally, a larger manpower pool, and a wartime economy that may not be easily demobilized. The future of Ukraine, Eastern Europe, and the global order hangs in the balance. The coming months will be crucial in determining the war's trajectory. Will Russia be able to secure a decisive victory, or will Ukraine manage to hold them off? Can the West overcome its divisions and support Ukraine more effectively? The answers to these questions will have profound consequences for years to come.